Hey, welcome back. These are some of the most disturbing videos on the internet. Let's dive in. But before we begin, these videos are for entertainment, educational purposes only. 8.7 earthquake, Russia. It's crazy. Look how that house is. What's going on with the weather nowadays, y'all? Earthquakes, tornadoes, floods everywhere in places that's not normally, you know. That's crazy. Is that somebody in the water? This person's laughing. Must not be. Can you imagine? I live on the east coast of the U.S. We don't get earthquakes. I don't think I can handle that, y'all. That's crazy.
So if you still don't know about the Grand Canyon, if you don't know about giants living in North America, yes.
More on flesh-eating giants and the Grand Canyon cover-up. Why did the Smithsonian use the same person for both? Let's find out.
Cannibalist giants, flesh-eating giants, running around, eating their adversaries and wearing their hands on their waist. If you have any doubts, you came to the right place. Some receipts in this video. First and foremost, the gentleman that you're looking for, if you want to connect your research, you want to try to figure out exactly who is behind the big fix, who is the person that the Smithsonian would call to make sure that everything really went right and that nothing slipped out. Well, his name is Dr. Hay. I put it right on the screen here for you. That's
Dr.
important
Hay.
because while this gentleman was running around to all these things that they say are conspiracies, funny that they were sending this same person. And meanwhile, he amassed the largest collection of artifacts in North America. And when he passed on, he donated them to the Smithsonian. Now, if that's not a two-step, that they're working on these sites, folks, our history should not be a mystery. And it is because of the corruption and the lies that cover up the truth of our history. And I'm grateful that TikTok did this so that we can bear down on some history as we do in our lives. We've done a live every day this week.
I think we need to look into the Smithsonian.
Every day this week. So unlike the other people on TikTok and the other applications that are driving you towards a race war, we are bringing you to the truth. We are offering it to you for free. Head? You don't have to spend $50 on manufactured books that were made up with crayons. Here, you're going to get actual history books for free. We brought one on every night this week. Tonight, it's 2 free books. Please share this. Please boost it. The truth about history and about who we are and where we come from in North America and why we have cannibalistic giants running around that they won't tell us about. Why in the Grand Canyon did they find Egyptian-style, Tibetan-style artifacts? And why was Dr. Hay everywhere, here in Georgia too? Next week, we're going to take you up to the Salti Nakuchi Mound, where you're going to read.
I did a little research on the Smithsonian. It was established August 10th, 1846, by an act of Congress. It came out of nowhere thanks to a wild gift from a British dude named James Smithson, who had never even stepped foot in the United States. James Smithson. British dude. So what is his tie to Dr. Hay? Considering that James has never been to the U.S. Something we need to look into.
On a sign that's carved in cast iron that Dr. Hay was there. This person is behind most of the major things that you think are not true. He was in charge of making sure that the information got handled correctly. Again, he amassed this giant collection, and when he passed on so that it would never be seen, he donated it to the Smithsonian. So I'm grateful for.
Okay, sidebar. Got a little information on Dr. Hay. George Gustav Hay, 1874 to 1957, was a wealthy American banker turned artifact junkie. He started collecting Native American objects in the late 1800s, and by the time he was done, man, he had one of the largest collections of indigenous artifacts in the world. Over 800,000 items. Tools, clothing, pottery, weapons, ceremonial pieces.
For your time. Please come over to Human Origins Revealed and join the conversation of authentic truth of the original people of North America.
The indigenous
where we celebrate the original
people,
East Coast tribes.
not native.
You don't even know their names. You don't know about the Massawomacs. You don't even know the Susquehannocks' real name, the Shayikbi, the Mengwe, the Allegheny, the Lenape. You see, you know the names that they wanted you to know. And we're going to teach you the names that you need to know. So please come support us at Human Origins Revealed. We are trying to protect ancient civilization sites. We need to raise awareness like we will be later tonight. We took some video live at Island Field today, and we hope to share that here in a little bit. We may go live before I even share this video because we have one of my friends right out in an ancient, registered, major national burial ground right now. So again, we're not just sitting behind the keyboard playing by ourselves. We're out here bringing history to you. So thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you out there. Human Origins Revealed. Please come check us out. Like this video. Please share it and please follow.
How do you feel about that? The information that he provided.
Bunger leans forward in amazement. His eyes have caught a sudden and unbelievable change in...
Okay. This is Admiral Brewer's team, Operation High Jump. U.S. had a project that they did back in, I think, in 1947, 46, 47. Where he took about a 5,000 man team down to the Arctic. It's supposed to be under the guise of a scientific research. The undertone was that they were looking for Hitler. They said that he escaped to Antarctica to start a base down there in New Schwablin or something of that nature. But this is supposed to be a scientific exploration trip that the U.S. was funding called Operation High Jump. And turns out when they went to Antarctica, they thought it was just pure ice, nothing else, nothing to be seen. They came across land as if in the Midwest of the United States. Let's check this out. And this is actual footage from then. Now you have a hard time trying to find some of this information because they're trying to hide it and scrub it away.
Scenery. The universal white is turned to chocolate brown, dotted with blue. A cameraman goes into
Remember,
action.
1947.
300 square miles of land without snow. Land that might be in New Mexico or Arizona. Pictures alone will prove Bunger has discovered a warm oasis in the shadow of the pole. It is for such supreme moments as this that men brave the hardships of exploration. The astounding, undreamed of fact is that they are over a chain of warm water lakes, whose shores, except for small patches...
Why did they come up with the Antarctic Treaty to begin with? Minerals,
the largest lake in sight, 5 miles long.
Technology.
He comes in to make a landing. Water temperatures must be recorded. Samples taken. He finds the water fresh. The temperature 38 degrees Fahrenheit. On the shores are vast deposits of coal and of minerals of the utmost importance.
The most mysterious place on Earth is
mountain ranges
Antarctica.
with peaks 20,000 feet above sea level. The trimetric gun lenses, clicking overlapping exposures every 3 seconds, photograph from horizon to horizon. Coal, a mountain of coal. Byrd later declares Antarctic mines, if once tapped, could supply the world's coal needs for centuries.
The minerals.
These official motion pictures can give only a cross-section of the miles of photographic records accumulated on this expedition by the Navy.
Why don't they just let people
Mapping
go
film
there?
will take 5 years to assemble. Amplifying these are the radar magnetic detectors, accurately recording mineral discoveries of immense value for the future use of all mankind. England, Norway, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, South American countries, and Soviet Russia are claiming Antarctic territory. The United States recognizes no claim, and so far has made no formal claims for itself.
Well, we know that's not to be true.
But international policies cannot concern the Admiral now. His duty is to keep his flying laboratories functioning, to fulfill his dream of a lifetime.
What do y'all think? History is the mystery?
This is very interesting. I've shown this before, but I didn't make the connection like how I'm able to now. So something that I'm noticing is that the coin and the illustration is the exact same event. They are happening at the exact same time. The coin is showing a sun face, just like what we saw earlier. And then there's the moon. That is the female and the sun is the male. On the illustration, you see the sun right there. But the difference is it's sharing two faces in one image. So the sun right here, that is what's on the coin. And then half that face image is the moon, which is over there also on the coin. So this illustration is showing the sun and the moon in one image. If you look below on the right side where the moon would be, there's a plume of smoke. If you look on the coin, that same plume of smoke is right there. So this is a star fort city in the illustration and a star fort city on the coin. What separates the two? The illustration is showing a battle in the sky and the coin is showing a battle on the ground. But this is the same image. The illustrated piece and the coin are the exact same thing. And this is what I mean when I say, can the coins, can they speak like a book, But these two are the exact same pictures right here. They are the same, and they're matching up with the other images. So there is a war, obviously, that has happened that our books have not been permitted to.
The picture on the left, does it remind you of all the orbs and things that we've been seeing in the skies lately?
The reason why you're seeing this in illustration.
Why they tell us that there is a possible alien fleet headed towards Earth.
Put this together in a bigger perspective right here. You can see on the left the sun and the moon is coming out of the water. So these are the ones to me that flooded the world in the past, and they are the ones who are causing the chaos during possibly our last paradigm. But if you notice above the sun and the moon, there's a cloud up there. And this is where the revealings start to come, because the gold coin is showing you who is the sun, and the darker tone coin is showing you who is the moon. If you notice, they're both in a cloud, the guy with the triangle above his head and the female holding a child. They're both in the cloud. They're both above a star fort city. The difference is the guy is attacking the city that he's in, and the ground is attacking the city also, the same way as the silver coin right there. So there's the moon, that's the female.
Do y'all think he's reaching?
And you can see.
How do y'all feel about this? Is this something that's going to be happening? Project Bluebeam.
Same thing on these coins right here. There's a ground and air war, and there is a male and female, like a king and queen, who is waging war, as far as I'm concerned, with our last paradigm. So the sun and the moon, those two images are the two that are on the coin right there.
Interesting.
To bring it to a more realism situation, the coin in the middle, the gold coin.
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
If you look to the right, you can see the female. She's in the darker tone. She's in a cloud. I'm saying they're both in that UFO right there. That UFO is above the same star fort city the woman is above and the guy is fighting. So this is all related. That's why you see them in clouds. But the truth is they are in a UFO that can cloak itself like a cloud. If you look to the far left, this is the exact same image. It's a male and a female, and they're in the cloud. And there's a whole bunch of clouds behind them, which gives you the feeling of UFOs, that people are coming over here in UFOs. And these UFOs can cloak itself, but they're beings on the inside.
You guys believe in UFOs? I mean, 20 years ago, they was deemed crazy, but now it's more acceptable.
Mixed in with them. like somewhere the success of blending animal to man has actually, has occurred. But all of these goes together. This is part of the World War X. This is what they don't want us to see. And that's why I said, quite possibly, they tried to write this in a book. But
we're just getting ready for
WW parties right there. So burning up all the books.
3.
So you can only catch this now in an illustration or either on coins.
7 behind.
This
is there a loop, a cycle?
Right, because
I mean, they say nothing's new under the sun.
Of the God that is said to have done.
They say the place has been resetted before.
So if you look at the top, it says Yahweh. And if you look on the coin right above me, in the ship right above me, it says Yahweh right in the top. And this is an illustration from 1665 right here. So they're saying with those 3 hands that there's something that came and flooded the world. And it's saying,
there's something happening here.
This clip I saw, and I had to grab it and put it in here. It kind of bothered me. Now, we know what happened in Hawaii a while ago. Major fires and everything. And next thing you know, Oprah is buying a massive amount of land. Like, damn near a quarter of the land. She has a road that she's able to open up so people can get to higher ground to get safe, but she refuses to open that road. I don't know how true this is, but if it is, you guys definitely need to make this video go viral. This is crazy. That's crazy if it's true.
I tried to tell you that in many of these old pictures, the sky has been completely whitewashed, so you would never know what is going on, and you didn't believe me. But when I say I got your ass,
I got your
ass. So, did you know that in the 1800s, right up into the 20th century, our skies was completely littered with airships? Oh, you son of a bitch. But what they don't want you to know is that these was not no normal airships. They was powered by natural free atmospheric energy. Oh my days. These tall buildings used to work as a charging port for these airships. These buildings wasn't just for show. They was docking stations that picked up passengers and took them all around the world. You have to understand, this is not their technology. This is Tartarian tech. It wasn't just buildings that could charge up these airships. They could also
free ether, free energy.
Even the US Navy got involved with this Tartarian tech. So the mainstream narrative says the first successful
in the 1800s,
was constructed by Henry Garfield of France in 1852. But we know anytime they mention that
there were crafts in the air before the Wright brothers. FYI.
The 1800s, they're lying, because that's when they did the last reset. And they claim that in 1937 there was a disaster in Hindenburg, New Jersey, and because of that they never used the airships again. And if that's what really happened, why remove it from history? Why don't you teach it to the kids in school? And why would you whitewash the sky?
Message.
Someone told me to watch this clip.
You've been saying abracadabra like it's a game, but let me wake you up. It's not a trick, it's a code. Abracadabra comes from the ancient Aramaic avra kadabra. It means I create as I speak. Not I wish, not I hope, but I create with my voice. Every word I speak is a spell. Every sentence I form is sacred geometry in motion. My mouth is a portal, and my voice is divine technology. You want to know how to shift your reality? Speak it. You want to manifest power? Command it. You want to bend time, heal wounds, break chains? Just say the word. I am wealth. I am protected. I am chosen. Abracadabra. I'm not casting spells. I am the spell. I create as I speak. Now say it with your whole soul. Abracadabra. I'm Smoke the Creator, and I don't miss.
How y'all feel about the message that that young lady just put out there? Y'all know the history behind the words, the English word, spell. You know how you got two words that spelled differently, but they sound exactly the same? Is the reason behind that. It's not necessarily the words, it's the vibration behind the words. Give it a good example. Morning and morning. Sounds exactly the same. Two different quote unquote meanings, right? Still the vibration. You know. All right, let's keep going.
See, this is why they always want people to stay away from the Appalachian Mountains, because there's always some supernatural, scary shit going on there. So a couple that lives in the Appalachian Mountains put out a video where they showed a tree basically disappear in thin air. Basically, in that video, they saying that that tree got up and walked away.
I'm trying to see.
Look at this shit. This shit is crazy right here.
Same angle.
Tell me what y'all think.
Same angle.
Look at this shit. Now pay attention.
Nope.
No tree there.
No. That tree's sure not there.
All right, now look.
That tree's
Look.
interesting.
Look at the tree. Where is the tree?
It's sure not there.
Yeah, I know it's not there. A lot of people probably won't even understand what just happened. But jump in that search bar and you'll be able to go to their page and see they made numerous videos. That tree that was there, it's not there anymore. And to top it off, when they went in their house, it was a branch in their house. How did that get there? Jump down the rabbit hole of the claims of things that's going on in the Appalachian Mountains. A whole lot of scary sightings. A whole lot of things happening. A whole lot of people missing. And then tell me if you think that tree vanished by itself. Let me know. I'm out.
They're setting up the play. They're setting it up. They're about to pull this off, this great deception. They are lying. Whatever this is right here, this 31A, whatever thing this is in the space that they're talking about.
Just for information, just because I play clips and I react to them don't mean I believe everything that's going across my screen. You know, just so y'all know. But I'm one of those people that like to hear both sides to formulate my own opinion.
They are about to manipulate everyone, and before you think, oh well, how could they get
now,
away
this
with
has
that?
been in the playbook.
Away with it, bro.
Project Bluebeam.
Bro, how many people are privy to what really happened in 2020? Like, there's whole things going on in the courts regarding what happened in 2020, and it's all under the rug.
What happened in 2020? You talking about the end of the COVID era?
It doesn't get any sort of mainstream publicity. No one cares about it. This right here, the Bible told us that because man did not receive a love for the truth, which is Jesus Christ and his gospel, that God gives them over to a strong delusion. The Bible says that 3 frog-like spirits come out of the mouth of the false prophet, the beast. And guys, I don't think you guys are really understanding how literal all this is. These frog-like spirits sounds like interdimensional beings, or what they would call aliens, extraterrestrials. Well, the Bible refers to them as interdimensionals. Old history refers to them as interdimensional. Guys, look, I'm not saying anything's going to happen this November. What I am saying is get ready to be lied to. And so that when it happens and when they are trying to spin a narrative.
Okay, let me help this brother out. You don't have to get ready to be lied to. The government's been doing that all along. Like, I've been trying to put information out. It's hard to get it out because YouTube is not pushing my videos out. And maybe the information I put out is not comfortable for people to digest, but it is what it is. been lying about history, food. I just need you guys to have an open mind when you listen to stuff. I mean, the AI is going to fool damn near everybody. I just did a video on that yesterday. Y'all need to check that out as well.
Maybe you can pull back from your memory and have some reference of, wait, maybe this isn't what they're telling me. You need to open up your Bible and start reading it, and you need to grow in the faith of the Lord Jesus Christ. And if you are not doing this, you are free game for this deception that's coming on the whole world. We can all see the play getting set up. It's getting like that. I remember in 2020, when they were talking about aliens, I was like, something about that doesn't sound right. Well, fast forward. It takes a little while, but let it marinate. You're going to see this thing happen.
Now, I'm not saying that they haven't been to space. And I'm not saying that the Earth is flat. But there's a couple of things that I just don't understand. So an aeroplane pushes off air. A submarine pushes off water. Boats, they also push off water. If there's no gravity or oxygen in space, can somebody tell me what the hell does a shuttle push off from? So a bullet travels at 1,800 miles an hour. A SR-71 travels at 2,200 miles an hour. Are you trying to tell me that a space shuttle travels at 25,020 miles an hour? Is that even a real number? And the super metal space capsule splashes down into the ocean, but there's no steam. Where's the steam, brother? So the astronaut suit protects him from the extremes of space, but he still needs a blanket? Oh, you son of a ball bag. So science teaches us that pressurized gas needs a container, but in space, gases are just flying anywhere, brother. Now, I'm not saying that gravity don't exist, but why is it when I peel off the skin off an orange, gravity is confused? Now, I'm not saying that the world is flat, and I'm not saying it's round, but water needs to be contained. You don't need to be a genius to understand that. And if this cost 388 million to build, I'm not surprised you ain't gone back. The thing was a rip-off, bruv. You got scammed. They say it's easier to fool people than to convince them that they've been fooled.
How y'all feel about that? That particular, I mean, something to make you think, hopefully to make you think. Tsunami warning. But you know, I'm not sure if this is real or not because of his response. This may be AI generated. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments below. We is the grammar. We is eating human meat. Fresh chicken.
Oh no. Oh no.
What the?
No. Why are you doing this? So in India, there is a two-faced cow, and the locals are worshipping it as a god. Oh, you son of a ballbag. What would Jesus do? What would Muhammad say when they see you worshipping a cow? Now I know that everyone's got their own traditions and their own religions, but why is it that in India they have 33 million gods? Why couldn't you just pick one? Now I don't know if this is a birthing defect or a product of a cloning accident. But you can't just go around worshipping disabled animals, brother. I mean, just look at it. It looks like it came directly from Satan himself. You guys really know how to find good in any situation.
What the hell?
So if there's any Indians out there, anyone that follows this religion, can you please tell me why you're worshipping the cow?
Yo, that was crazy.
Hey, everybody. So we've got airports shutting down, pilots reporting mysterious glowing objects, and radar signals vanishing into thin air. This is all happening in Turkey. They've been experiencing some bizarre UAP encounters lately. So check this out. Flights at Sabiha Gökçen Airport, sorry if I butchered that, in Istanbul were disrupted due to pilots reporting unidentified objects on their radar systems. These anomalies even triggered
this is something that's happening not just, in Turkey,
but inconclusive searches by authorities.
It's happening all over the place. What's going on when it comes to that?
Gaziantep Airport,
and why won't the government release information to really say what these things
wasn't visible on the radar? This sighting led to a temporary shutdown of the whole airport and a massive search operation, but the object vanished without a trace. So, while some are speculating these events obviously could be due to drone activity or atmospheric phenomena, no definitive explanations have been provided as of yet, and authorities continue to investigate to ensure aviation safety. Stay tuned for any updates.
The collective truth. This is the lost video of the North Pole taken from a high-altitude balloon. The largest mountain at the center of our realm, Rupus Negra,
I have a hard time
aka Black Rock. Said to be 33 French miles in size, equals 75.9 statute miles in height. I believe it is there in reason we see the Terminator shadows on the moon at low angle from the sun at certain times of the month.
They say that's the tallest mountain on Earth. Tsunami waves reached Japan coastline after the 8.8 magnitude earthquake off of Russia. It's another thing I don't have to worry about experiencing. Alright, these are the most disturbing videos on the internet. You guys tell me how you feel about it. What y'all think. Should we be ready for something that's coming? Or what? I don't know, y'all. But in the meantime, in between time, I love y'all. Be safe, and I'll see you next video.